the NBA used to be must-watch TV. The rivalries were real. The games were physical. And every night, superstars went at it like their legacies depended on it. But in recent years, something's changed. The games feel slower. The defense is non-existent. And even the biggest matchups just don't hit the same anymore. So what happened? Today, we're giving the 5 main reasons why the NBA isn't the same, and how the league might be able to fix it. Number 1, the NBA has become a three-point contest. Remember when teams actually ran plays? When big men dominated inside? When mid-range killers like Kobe, MJ, and KD thrived? That era is dead. In 2003, teams shot 14 threes per game. In 2024, they shoot over 35. In the 2000s, only one team averaged 30-plus threes per game. Now, every single team does. Centers used to dominate the paint. Now, even guys like Jokic and Embiid are stepping out and launching threes. Teams don't need to shoot threes to win. The 2001 Lakers took 10 threes per game and still dominated. The 2025 Celtics take 48 per game, even their centers shoot threes. It's all about math. 3 is worth more than 2, so teams don't even try to score any other way. But here's the problem: when every possession looks the same, the game becomes predictable. And predictable isn't exciting. Number 2, there is no defense and no physicality. Every game feels like an all-star game. The NBA has never had more scoring, but does it even feel earned anymore? If you touch a shooter, it's a foul. If you contest too hard, it's a flagrant. And defense? It's almost non-existent. Scoring is at an all-time high. Teams regularly drop 130 points a night. The league's average defensive rating is the worst it's been in over 50 years. In the 90s, guys like Jordan were getting body-checked. Today, you get a flagrant for breathing too hard on a shooter. As an example, compare the 90s Bulls versus Knicks battles to today's games. Back then, you had real physicality, real defense. Now, you get 60 free throws a game, constant foul baiting, and guys flopping all over the floor. It's fun to watch highlights, but real games feel like an open gym run. There's no resistance. No physicality. No grit. Defense used to be half the game, now, it's just an afterthought. Number 3, half of the league is tanking. Too many teams don't care about winning. One of the worst parts about the NBA today? Almost half the teams aren't even trying to win. Teams have realized that being mid is the worst place to be. If you're not contending, you might as well lose as much as possible to get a draft pick. Bad teams are resting healthy players just to lose. Star rookies like Victor Wembanyama have already missed games for rest in their first year in the league. This year, in 2025, almost half of the league is tanking and telling their best players to take the rest of the season off. At this point, the NBA should just rename the regular season the tanking tournament. Every year, 10 teams try to win. And the rest fight to see who can lose the most games without making it too obvious. It's a joke. Number 4, there are no more real rivalries. Think about the NBA's best moments: Bird versus Magic, Bulls versus Pistons, LeBron versus Warriors. Rivalries fueled the league. But today, most teams and players don't even care about beef anymore. Everyone is friends now. Players train together, vacation together, and team up in free agency. There hasn't been a truly heated rivalry since Cavs-Warriors in 2016. The NBA needs rivalries, and for the first time in years, we might actually get one. The Luka Doncic trade to the Lakers could bring back the most iconic rivalry in basketball, Lakers versus Celtics. If anything is going to save the NBA, it's real competition with real stakes. Number 5, load management is still very popular, and it is ruining the regular season. Back in the day, guys like Kobe, LeBron, and Duncan were playing 75-plus games a year, every year. Now, superstars are skipping games left and right, and fans never know if their favorite player is actually going to play. For example, in 2023, fans paid to see Kawhi versus Giannis, and both sat out due to load management. Imagine paying hundreds for a ticket and getting bench players instead. The NBA tried to fix this with new rules, but let's be real, teams are still resting their guys whenever they want. So, can the NBA fix this? The NBA is still popular, but let's be real, it's not the same. Fans are tuning out because the product just isn't as engaging anymore. Here's how to fix it. First is to reduce three-pointers, encourage mid-range, and post-play again. Second is to let defense matter again, less ticky-tack fouls, stop rewarding flopping. Third is to fix tanking's lottery odds, should punish teams that lose on purpose. Fourth is to emphasize rivalries. The NBA needs to push storylines that bring back real competition. Will the NBA ever return to what it once was? Or is this just the new era of basketball? Do you think the NBA is actually falling off? Or is this just nostalgia talking? Let me know in the comments.